guys, it's Sydney and welcome back to a new video on my channel. Today I'm going to try something a little bit different and I really want your opinions on this. A little bit of a backstory. As you all know, I make Disneyland vlogs on my channel, and although they are fun to make, like right at the scene at the time where I'm experiencing all of the magic, sometimes I find it hard to make a cohesive vlog while I'm at Disneyland because I want to like enjoy the moment and be with my friends and that kind of thing, but I still want to share the information with you guys as well because I love telling stories. It's like slightly professional internet storytelling. This is not going to be like your normal story time videos that drive me absolutely crazy. None of this information will be stretched. It is all the truth. It is just me sitting down and talking about my life with you guys. Honestly, I find these videos more appealing than vlogs to watch because I'm someone who watches YouTube while doing other things. I don't take a lot of time to just sit and watch YouTube and give it my full attention. So like with vlogs, I can't watch them and not give them my full attention because of like different edits and kind of how fast it's going, and you have to like look and see what's going on. Whereas this you could have playing in the background while you make dinner or while you're doing your makeup or whatever. So enough rambling. This has been the longest intro ever, but today's story time, I don't want to call it that. Today's story is going to be about my first experiences on Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout. If you're new to the Disney community, have no idea what this is, basically Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout is the newest ride at Disney California Adventure. It replaced Tower of Terror. I did a whole video when this news first dropped. I'll link it in the card up above. So I rode Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout for the first time on June 2nd, 2017. And you guys, it changed my life. I am so in love with it, but okay, I have to tell it like a story, so you'll probably hear me go, I loved it so much, because literally that's all I can like express about it. It's just how much I loved it. So we're gonna take it back to about 9 o'clock on June 2nd, and basically that's when California Adventure opened. Me and my mom made it our mission to get fast passes and then get in line right away because Mission Breakout, new ride, right? We were excited. This was my first time being there since it opened. So what we did is we walked into the park, you know, we were booking it, trying to beat all the crowds, and we are just greeted by this mass crowd of people. And we were like, oh crap, this is gonna take forever. So what I did is I hopped in the Fast Pass line, which was at the, what's it called now? Disney Junior Live on Stage, Disney Dance Party. When I was a kid, it was Playhouse Disney. Rest in peace, you will always be remembered. So I hopped in line there, and you guys, everybody and their mothers was complaining, and it was driving me crazy because if you know me in real life, I'm a pretty positive person. I don't get angry easily. I am way more patient than I should be. So hearing 7 million different people go,
this is the line to get a fast pass
over and over and over and over and over again was just Oh, and funniest part about this is there's this lady, right, who's like 20 people in front of me who's on the phone. But no, she's not just like talking on the phone. Like I was with my mom on the phone. She was like this.
Yeah, honey, we're in line for Mission Breakout to get the fast passes. Oh, it's really long. Everybody in line can hear what I'm saying because I am yelling on my phone.
And the lady in front of me is like,
does she realize we can hear everything that she's saying?
And I was like,
girl, I know.
She was being so loud. I stood there ready to go, waiting in this line, and then we were walking down Buena Vista Street. Everybody was excited, and all of a sudden, the line stopped moving, and we were like, we thought that we were just gonna have to do up to the fast passes, but that wasn't how it was gonna go. So we spent about 40 minutes in the fast pass line just to get the paper ticket to skip the line later. 40 minutes. you had to go backstage into this area with a bunch of like huge posters of the Guardians of the Galaxy, and I was Disney bounding as Gamora that day, so I had the person behind me in line. I was like, hey, can you sneak a picture while we're walking by? Got the fast passes. They were for like 4 o'clock, and then my mom was waiting in the standby line for Guardians of the Galaxy, and this was in the queue for Frozen Live at the Hyperion. Frozen Live at the Hyperion, there's like this Broadway show that happens there. There's a big old space for a line, and then there's Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout. So they were waiting in that line, and I was like, am I really gonna do this right now? Yes, I am, because it's a new ride at Disneyland, but ooh, the line looked insanely long. It said, I think, 150-minute wait time on the app, but I was like, you know what? I have to stick it out. I have to ride it. So I got in line with my mom, and honestly, the most waiting took place in the queue for Frozen Live at the Hyperion. Like, this section, then they walked you across this street, and then they put you into what is the normal line, like where you would stand in if it's like anywhere from 20 to 60 minutes. Longer than that, they have to move it somewhere else. We waited in that line for literally an hour before even getting into the regular line. So we were like, oh no, we're gonna be here for so long. And then a miracle happened. We walked across, we got into the normal line, and we were in the room, like inside the building, within 30 minutes. That little queue around the building, this is Mission Breakout, this is like the line for the regular people, this is the fast pass line. That line only took 30 minutes, and I was like, are you serious? Like, I was so excited because that meant that I could just loop through over and over and over again. Get inside the room, I am freaking the heck out because it's just, you're surrounded by boxes of Tavon's collection. I mean, if you still haven't seen Guardians of the Galaxy, this won't make sense, but Tavon's basically like this hoarder guy who collects a bunch of different stuff from the galaxy, and so he has the Guardians of the Galaxy trapped, and so basically you're going on a tour of his collection to go see the Guardians, but Rocket Raccoon is like,
nah fam, we about to break out of this mission.
And you go on the ride. So there's this big screen playing this like 5-minute video. At this point, I was taking it all in that I barely had time to even watch the video. I saw like maybe 30 seconds of it because the line was moving so fast. And then you, if you're ever on Tower of Terror, you know, you walk through the little inside room, and then the person counts you off, and you're split into 2 different like waiting areas, which lead into 2 different rooms, which a lot of people think you're gonna get on the ride there, but
no honey, you have to watch the spiel before the ride.
So you're waiting there, and usually like for Tower of Terror, you just sit and you wait, and then the doors open, and then you walk inside like this library kind of room. But this time I was shooketh when I hear, raise your hands for, oh crap, I don't know the exact words. Basically, I don't remember the exact words, but you had to raise your hand, and then this lady directed you to like raise your hands so that it would scan you.
Scan complete.
Scan you so that you could get into the building to go on the tour. And at first you're like, what the heck? Why do I need to be scanned? This doesn't make any sense. But then you raise your hands again, she goes, presto, you're clear, and you walk into the room. Guys, from this point on, there's gonna be spoilers. If you clicked on this, you probably knew that. Into the room, and it's pretty similar to like the Tower of Terror library, just with like more futuristic items. And then you have the beloved Walkman in the corner, and that makes sense later on. And so you're just standing there, and then this video starts to play of the collector basically explaining everything, which is like the same thing as the guy from Twilight Zone, like doing the Hollywood 1939 amidst the glitz and glamour of a bustling movie town, something like that. Out of nowhere, literally blindsided, Mr. Rocket Raccoon breaks out of this pipe in the ceiling, this animatronic, goes,
let's shoot this guy. Hearing your incessant blathering on a constant loop was big motivation for me to escape. I go, ow! Ow! That was not part of the plan.
I was just there like, nobody told me that this was gonna happen, partly because I've avoided spoilers, but I had no idea that was gonna be a thing. So I was just there like freaking the heck out because Guardians is my favorite Marvel movie of all time. And so I was like, oh my gosh, guys, that's Rocket. He's gonna break us out. I'm so proud. He told you that you're gonna get into the gantry lift, which is like the big building where you sit in when you're going on Tower of Terror. It's like a box. And he would be on top of the gantry lift and he would cut all of the power, which is why your mission is all like, woo, that would unlock everything and save his friends. So you're done with that, and then you think it's over, and a cast member goes, Rocket, I think you forgot something. And he goes to the Walkman, and this like raccoon hand reaches in and goes,
I'm gonna take this.
It's so perfect because that like leads up to you know that there's going to be good music on the ride. Sometimes cast members will say it, and sometimes you just have to wait like 5 seconds after the spiel and then Rocket will continue, but like it leaves that option for the cast member to like pipe in like he's a part of the story or she's a part of the story. So then it's the same sort of like queue as Tower of Terror. You either, depending on what waiting room you went into, you go up the stairs or just around the corner. And the queue is like, has like similar vibes to Tower of Terror, just with different props basically. And like the most standout part of the queue is my man, Harold the Yeti from the Matterhorn, is just sitting there basking in his glory in Tavon's collection. And you're just like, that's Harold, that's the Yeti. Oh my gosh. And I forgot something. Crap. Okay. The whole thing with Rocket and the hand scanning is you get your hand scanned because you're there to go on the tour of the collection, whereas Rocket doesn't have his hand scanned obviously because he's a part of the collection. So by you having your hand scanned, it allows you access to the gantry lift to go on the tour, where then that helps Rocket sneak in, which is like why you do the hand scanning thing. And before you get on the ride, they have you raise your hands for security clearance, which everybody does, which makes me so happy because they're not actually scanning your hands to get you on the ride. It's just like a fun thing, you know, but the fact that everybody does it made me so happy. Like, you're boarded the ride, you're cleared, you're inside, you're sitting down, and then Rocket pops up like as a shadow on the door. It's not like an animatronic or anything, and you hear his voice talking, and basically he
Rocket unplugs you and starts things rocking. Now show me those hands, people.
and that's when you know what song you're going to get, because if you're unfamiliar with the ride, there are 6 different song options. Hit Me With Your Best Shot, Free Ride, Burning Love, I Want You Back, Born to Be Wild, and We Want the Funk, or / Give Up That Funk, whatever. I've heard it be called both. My first time I got Hit Me With Your Best Shot, which I really liked, but I wasn't focused on the music the first time. I was focused on the ride, obviously. The drops, unlike Tower, you don't like go up to a room, there's more talking. You go up again, there's more talking, and then the drops start. It's like kind of a long process, whereas on Guardians, the song is plugged in, you wait a little bit, and then you're either shot up or shot down, depending on whatever ride sequence you get. So basically, it's just a lot of random, very intense, I think they're faster and longer distance drops than Tower of Terror, because on Tower, I really like couldn't feel an adrenaline rush because I'd kind of gotten used to it. Where on Guardians, I rode it 7 times in the 3 days that I was at Disneyland, and I had an adrenaline rush every single time. And you can heighten that adrenaline rush if you lift your feet off the ground when you're falling. At each level, like you stop at, half the time it's like a screen with the Guardians characters on it, and this changes per song. Each screen isn't unique to each song, but like a different variation of the different screens with the characters on it will be playing. It's like you're watching a clip of a movie instead of like seeing into a room like you would on Tower. And then there's sometimes you're just like stopped and it'll have like a skull or a do not enter or something because you're at like a different part of the collection, if that makes sense. And then like you open up, see the top, that's where the picture's taken. If you didn't know that, the picture is always taken when you're up at the top and the top opens and you look out. So then, you know, you're doing all of the drops and then it all ends the same. It's the same ending screen with all the Guardians in the ship.
Yes, right. You got my walk, man. Yeah. All right, here. Thanks, everybody.
And then you get off the glorious ride. Guys, editing Sid here. I just wanted to tell you that I'm going to be running a Guardians of the Galaxy themed giveaway in this video. 5 lucky winners will win a map from California Adventure with the Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout cover, and I will also be making you a personal mixtape. It won't be like a CD or a cassette, it'll just be written out on paper, but it'll be a fun little thing and hopefully help you discover new music and have some jams like they do in the movie. So what you have to do is you have to go to the Google form, the link's in my description, just fill out your name, just your first name and your last initial, your email. You can get extra entries if you follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat. If you've entered my giveaways before, it's basically the same thing, except for I need you to put at least 3 of your favorite bands, artists, musicians, anything you can think of. Just leave it in the form, and then I will pick 5 of you and give you a map and a mixtape. So now to the outro. It's so good. And I've had so many people kind of tell me like, oh Sydney, what's everything about Mission Breakout? Tell me about Mission Breakout. How is it? What's it like? So hopefully if you don't get to go to Disneyland very often, or you're someone who just likes to know step by step what's happening when going into the ride, I hope that this video helped you out. I hope that you enjoyed. If you like this style of video, give it a thumbs up, comment down below. Giving me your feedback like in a written response is really helpful. Hit that subscribe button, turn on my notification bell if you want to see my now more frequent uploads, because I've been slacking in the upload department and I want to get back into doing these kinds of videos more often. Hope you enjoyed this slightly professional internet story, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!